I'm back again. What's going on, people? You're here, Apollo from down, down, up, up. What's going on, my pueblos in the Apollo Nation? You know what time it is? It's time for those predictions, baby, for Stomping Ground. Oh, ha, ha, ha. So we've made it close enough to WWE Stomping Grounds. Now, if you are not up to date with WWE, what is Stomping Grounds, you might ask? Well, it's the newest WWE pay-per-view. Instead of a show like Backlash or No Mercy or Judgment Day, we're going to do Stomping Ground. The show where I'm not going to say the catchphrase because I've heard enough of that all week. My gosh, Cole, are you okay? I understand your job. I understand Vince McMahon yelling in your ear may affect your long-term health. Michael, be careful, my friend. Be careful. So, as you may have noticed on the channel, results and review videos have not been coming out too lately, partly because of my rule: if I get less than 50% of the match card predicted right, I will not be doing a follow-up video. That applied to TakeOver, which was a great show, but did not really feel like saying anything special about the previous show, the Super Showdown 2019, because it was what it was, just a glorified house show. Enough wrong things happened at that show that I felt like my good friends Simon Miller and Ross Tudell could handle. Anyway, as far as this show goes, well, they should just title it Rematch Pay-Per-View, because that's what this mostly is when it comes to the rematches from Super Showdown. But there's a little bit of spice thrown in here, and who knows, we could get some surprises if WWE think they need to bold up this show and try to make it memorable, even though it's Stomping Grounds, and I don't see there being a follow-up next year. No. So, without further ado, I think we're just going to jump into this thing. As usual, I've waited just about as close as I can till the weekend before getting my predictions out for it. I have not seen any new matches announced for the kickoff, for example. I still believe that they are going to be announcing a last-minute one, but I cannot wait any longer, sorry to say, because none of the other matches have had the kickoff logo under them. So, it is what it is. I think we're just going to dive right into it. And once again, thank you all, Apollo Nation, for watching me do this. I'm about to go on vacation soon, but I'm hoping to be back in time for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view and get my predictions out for that, which I believe is the 14th of July. Also, might be starting a new series in the summer. We'll see how time works. Maybe, but let's go. Let's do it. Let's cut to the chase. The main logo, as you can see, I'm stalling for some reason, and I don't know why. So let's just dive into it. First off, the match that, in my opinion, should be on the kickoff. The New Day's Big E and Xavier Woods are taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Not too much to say about this if you have watched the WWE product lately. Sami and Kevin are in the spot where their main goal is to just make other people look good at this point. And fair, they have. But I would love to see them branch away from WWE if they can before the end of the year. I'm not sure when their contracts are up, but those are two individuals who I would definitely love to see go succeed somewhere else at this point. Main reason I'm spouting this, because I'm picking the New Day. I'm picking Woods and E to get the win. If they were going to give it to Kevin and Sami, then they would have gotten at least a couple of wins on the weekly shows lately, and they've gotten nothing for a long time. So, not feeling invested enough to pick Kevin and Sami. If they win, congratulations, guys. You get a good win. Even if it's on the kickoff, if it's on pay-per-view, that's great too. But I don't see WWE putting down E and Woods. Not this time. So I'm picking the New Day. Moving on, we have a late announced match for the Cruiserweight Championship. Tony Nese, Big Tone, defending against Akira Tozawa and the newly deranged Joe Hendry-looking-ish Drew Gulak. That's right, I've been noticing you, Drew. You're getting that Hendry gruffy look when he was getting into the Prestige, and I like it. I like the attitude. This was late announced just this week after last week's Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders match went a little bit sour to some people's liking because there was a double pin, by Tozawa and Gulak. It was later announced, aka this week, that both men are announced the winner. It will be a triple threat match for the championship. A lot of people think that this match is thrown in triple threat to get the title off of Tony and maybe onto Drew. I'm not honestly aboard that wagon for one reason. There has been no decent build to this at all lately. I know all the competitors are familiar with each other one way or another, but this is way too late announced for me to consider this a big deal. I see Tony Nese retaining the championship. Maybe Drew takes the pin and they keep a Tozawa-Tony match fresh in the future, a face versus face match perhaps. I don't know. It could be the other way around, but I'm picking Tony Nese to keep the championship. I'd love to see even Tozawa get another reign with it that he so honestly deserves after putting up with Neville in 2017. And of course, there's Drew Gulak, the man who should have won the championship right when Neville left, which is my honest belief to this point still. But enough is enough. I'm picking Tony Nese. Moving on. Let's talk about the match, in my opinion, that will main event the show. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. As disappointing as that sounds, remember Backlash last year? Roman and Joe main evented? Not entertaining at all. I see them doing the same thing here, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not really on the Roman hate bandwagon anymore. I don't really think many people are these days. I just see this being the main event match over the championship matches. Unless they do something big, but it is what it is. So, I'm picking Roman for this. Drew is just the boy to take Shane McMahon's pins at this point. If Roman had beat Shane at the Super Showdown, maybe I would have picked Drew for this, but I don't really have any firm belief in Drew in the position he's in right now. So I'm picking Roman Reigns to get the win here after maybe a better back and forth in WrestleMania. Maybe it takes more than one spear to put Drew McIntyre down this time. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Moving on, let's talk about SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Heavy Machinery, Otis, Dozovic, and Take taking on Daniel Bryan and Rowan for the titles. This is a match I've actually been looking forward to. I was really hoping they would put it on the Super Showdown, but now that it's being put here, actually gives me some hope that they try to reestablish the tag team scene, giving the win to Heavy Machinery in upset fashion. Nevertheless, I am not going with Heavy Machinery on this one. I'm picking Bryan and Rowan. I don't really have much reasoning for this other than I don't see WWE being all serious with Heavy Machinery. And if they're going to win the titles, I don't think it's going to be now. This could continue unless Bryan and Rowan destroy them, making themselves look bigger in the process. They've also been putting some other guys over lately. They put the Usos over at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Bryan put Rollins over on Raw. I think we shouldn't just forget who Daniel Bryan is all about and how big of a deal he is. So I'm picking Bryan and Rowan for this, but to keep the championships. Maybe not get the win, but to keep the championships. So, moving on. Obviously, I have my predictions list over here from the wonderful people of Cultaholic.com. Join them. Follow them. Do what you need to do. Remember, they're beautiful. Let's talk about SmackDown Women's Championship. This is one of the matches that I'm actually invested in, both in the match and the feud. Bayley, the new SmackDown Women's Champion for Money in the Bank, defending against Raw's Alexa Bliss, who won a triple threat match not too long ago to get in this position. Now, here's the thing. Nikki Cross is in this feud. Alexa Bliss has somewhat manipulated her into thinking that Bayley is a terrible person. You should be my friend. Do not believe anything she says. Look, she tweeted bad things about you, yada, yada, yada. It's been good, especially after their seemingly real-life conversation that took place on SmackDown this week. That was good. Good job, you two. And here's the thing. A lot of people are looking at this feud as a revenge feud for Bayley from what Bliss did to her 2 years ago, not only taking the Raw Championship from her at her hometown on pay-per-view, but that terrible kendo stick match. Oh my gosh, wasn't that the worst thing? The worst thing ever that Bayley has had to go through on the main roster, but I'm looking at it a little bit more differently on this one. I'm seeing the brand split ending relatively soon. Let's be honest, the wild card rule is trash, not followed. Do not even pay attention to it anymore if you're a real fan. Just calm down. It's ending. Get over it. So, Bliss winning the championship would not be a big surprise to me. I'm gonna go for Alexa Bliss. I think Bayley's title win at Money in the Bank was only just a good feel moment for Bayley. It wasn't intended to keep another long reign going from her. I see Alexa winning it. I see Nikki Cross being the little helping hand, although she could also cost Alexa the match by accident. You never know. I don't know how far they're going to push this friendship between Nikki and Bliss or turn it into a feud quick. Regardless, I'm going with Bliss. This is a match I feel more sure about than others. But Bayley wins, great. Nothing against Bayley. I'm just picking Bliss. Moving on. Next up, United States Championship match. This match, in my opinion, is the match of the night, if we're being completely honest about things, because Samoa Joe is the United States champion. Rey Mysterio relinquished the championship, and Joe just took it, even though that's not really how things used to work. So who is Joe defending against? Well, it's not Rey, because Rey's injured. Sad mask face. But we had a fatal 5-way elimination match on Raw, and the winner was Ricochet. Yeah, he lasted out Lashley, Cesaro, and getting pinfalls over The Miz and Braun Strowman, joining an elite circle of people who have actually pinned Braun. The circle, I believe, is Ricochet, Sammy, Corbin, Reigns, and Lesnar. I think those are the only 5 people that have pinned Braun Strowman in his WWE career so far. Let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've overlooked somebody, but those are the 5 that I believe are the only ones who have pinned Strowman on TV. But moving on. So, Ricochet is getting a United States Championship match against Samoa Joe. Who is going to come out with this one? Do they put Ricochet down, or do they actually make this new star a bigger deal by giving him the United States Championship? You know what? I'm going for Ricochet. This is more needed than Heavy Machinery's win over Bryan and Rowan, which I have not predicted. I have Bryan and Rowan, but Ricochet winning this would mean a big damn deal to how WWE treats their NXT call-ups. I think Ricochet is one of the guys who has been a staple on Raw since he came up. The tag team with Black didn't exactly go the way people might have thought, but on singles-wise, his matches have been on fleek. His matches with Cesaro has been absolutely amazing. Even a match with Corbin I think it was a little over a month ago, it was good. Even though Ricochet lost, I actually didn't hate it. It was fun. Ricochet is one of those guys that continues to deliver, and I think this would be a fair reward, winning the United States Championship from Samoa Joe. Joe lost the title. Rey Mysterio was going to go on a tear. Ricochet is one of the closest things you have to a Rey Mysterio. Do it. Ricochet, baby. Let's go. Okay, now it's time to talk about, in my honest opinion, the worst match of the night. It's the Raw Women's Championship. Oh, no, don't criticize Becky. No, I'm not criticizing Becky. I love Becky. And I'm not criticizing Lacey either. Lacey's a really good character and can actually put up well in the ring when given time. The thing is, this is a feud that should not have continued this long. Money in the Bank, Becky got a clean win over Lacey Evans to retain the Raw Women's Championship. Do I need to say more? This shouldn't have gone on. I understand Lacey cost Becky the title to Charlotte, aka the SmackDown Women's Championship, and Becky's upset, continually going after Lacey, but this doesn't feel at all right. I'm not risking a Lacey pick here. I'm picking Becky Lynch to keep the championship in this one. I pray this is the end of the feud. I pray this is first on the card and Becky wins in less than a minute and just gets it over with. Maybe bring out her new challenger right after that. Maybe Nia Jax comes back, or Tamina, or something bigger. Just, oh, I can't stand this feud anymore. Please, end it. And if Ronda comes back, that's even better. Just end this feud. Let's move on. Last 2 matches to discuss. First off, the Universal Championship match. So, Seth Rollins is once again defending against Baron Corbin. Oh, another feud that has gone on a bit too long, but I'm a bit less complaint about this one. I like Seth. I like his character lately with a steel chair, and Baron Corbin really doesn't get on my bad side most of the time. I'm quite a big fan of Corbin. So, good luck, Corbin. I'm not going to go with you, but I think you have a fair chance. We don't know who the guest referee is to my knowledge yet, and if we do, then that is a shame. I wish I knew, but I am picking Seth Rollins. As far as the referee goes, if it's Brock, then it's Brock. But if it's not, then it's probably more of a joke character than anything, like Heath Slater or something, just because he needed extra money on Raw. So there you go. My pick is Heath Slater for the guest referee. I'm not counting that as a real prediction, but we'll see what happens. We'll see who it is. Let's talk about the last match on the card. It's the steel cage match for the WWE Championship match. I said a lot, many two matches in that sentence as my tongue is going into overtime. So Kofi Kingston is defending against Dolph Ziggler again. Another match that really didn't need to go on this long. I'm not confident enough to pick Dolph Ziggler. I'm picking Kofi Kingston to keep the championship. I legitimately see, and this is why I'm discussing this match last, this is how I see things going. Kofi Kingston stays undefeated and the WWE champion until he defends against Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon wins the WWE Championship by probably all the cheating and interference he can get. He loses the championship to Roman Reigns, and that is how you get the title from Kofi to Reigns without everyone pissing on Roman. Boo, you took it away from Kofi, you jerk. Boo, we're going to boo you again, even though I really wouldn't hate that. If Roman took it from Kofi, I'd probably be fine with it. I'm just happy Kofi got time with it. But unfortunately, this is how it will probably go. Shane McMahon will probably win the WWE Championship from Kofi Kingston. They've pushed him this far. What's stopping them from pushing it any further? That is my honest prediction. I don't know when and I don't know where. If I had to predict that on the spot, Shane wins it at SummerSlam. Roman wins it at Hell in a Cell or whatever the October pay-per-view is before Survivor Series. So that's it. That's really it. I understand if many of you think this was probably one of the most lackluster videos I've made, and because this is mostly a lackluster pay-per-view. So I'm hoping we can just get past it with open arms, our health, our happiness, and just continue enjoying life. So, again, thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you're looking forward to this Sunday, if anything, overall the most. And if you see any surprises, what do you see? Do you see Bray Wyatt showing up? Brock Lesnar cashing in? Aleister Black actually doing something relevant in his life? I don't know. Let me know. I will see you all later. I might do a results and review video for this. If I don't, you can understand why. It's simply because I don't care that much. At least I'm willing to be honest with you guys. Love you. Have a wonderful day. Keep it real.